Listen up, sports fans. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back for our 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite sports, including NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. We've also got hundreds of new casino games, including the coolest new European slots, and our live dealers are waiting for you at the table. Sign up at BetUS.com today to get into the action. BetUS, where the game begins.
This episode of the Darion Hopkins Sports Show is sponsored by SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the #1 platform to browse, discover, and experience best events in town, all in the palm of your hand. From heart-pounding concerts that can make you dance to nail-biting sports games that can keep you on the edge of your seat, SeatGeek has it all. From exclusive deals and personalized recommendations tailored just for you. Use the promo code DHopkins and get $20 off your first purchase. So join the movement. SeatGeek. Get up, get out, and get tickets. Are you ready to take your energy to the next level? W Energy is a proud sponsor of the Darion Hopkins Sports Show, your go-to source for all things sports. W Energy isn't just another drink. It's packed with natural ingredients, zero sugar, and no fillers. Whether you're training like me, grinding through work, or just leveling up on your favorite game, W got you covered. The Darion Hopkins Sports Show is powered by W Energy, and you can be too. Experience the sustained energy and enhanced focus to keep me at the top of my game. Here's an exclusive offer for the Darion Hopkins Sports Show fans. Using promo code DHopkins at checkout and get 10% off your first purchase. So don't wait. Boost your energy and take the world today. W Energy. Fuel your greatness every step of the way.
You're kind of muted, dude. You're muted. I'm not. You are. Check your microphone. While he figures it out, welcome to this edition of the Darion Hopkins Sports Show. That's Darion to my left. I'm Brian Snow, and we begin, as I have begun many times in 10 years, with technical difficulties. Get it? You're going to jump out? Okay. While he jumps out and jumps back in, I'll fly solo for a couple of minutes. You all have seen me on Snowman in the Morning. That's who I am. And while Darion fixes his technical difficulties, many of which I have had, Daniel Barry is the first one in. Hey, everyone. Happy Tuesday, he says. And thank you for that. We have a lot to get to over the next 90-some minutes, including the Florida Panthers winning the Stanley Cup last night in a thriller of a 7th game. That final was 2-1. And I'm answering some emails while Darion gets his act together. But let's see. What else have we got on the docket today? I'm flying, like I said, I'm flying solo while Darion fixes his problem here. WNBA power rankings will have the 10 biggest disasters of Major League Baseball after 3 months. Predictions for tonight. And Derek Hamby replaces Cameron Brink in the 3-on-3. We'll answer who should be the Rookie of the Year, Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark. And I say it's a dead heat right now. 5 NFL teams going backwards this season. 8 dark horse MVP candidates for 2024. We'll answer the question of who will stay, PG-13 or Klay Thompson. And considering what I know right now, I say it would be Klay Thompson. Chris Finch has been extended by the Minnesota Timberwolves on a 4-year deal. And Warriors assistant Kenny Atkinson, defensive specialist, is now the head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm sorry. But we begin this with the Stanley Cup recap. And the Florida Panthers, for the first time in their 30 seasons, will get to hoist Lord Stanley in South Florida, as the final last night in a thrilling Game 7 was 2-1. And the Florida Panthers, yes, those Florida Panthers, for the first time in their history, I am proud to say, are Stanley Cup champions. And congratulations to the Florida Panthers, to Paul Maurice and company. Lord Stanley is coming home to South Florida. This was a series unlike any other, because the Panthers raced out to a 3-0 lead, and then all of a sudden the Edmonton Oilers got a little pissed off. And the next thing you know, it's tied 3 games apiece. Connor McDavid, who was voted the Conn Smythe Trophy winner, and Connor McDavid helped light the Oilers up, or light the Panthers up, and then we get to Game 7 last night, and Sergei Bobrovsky and the rest of the Florida Panthers were back on their defensive game, and it was a thriller and then some last night, D-Hop.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a thriller. I really didn't get a chance to watch it due to the fact that it's just a lot that happened. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why that switched. I might have to edit this real quick, but basically, yeah, like I didn't really get a chance to watch it. I worked from 6 a.m. to 2 in the afternoon, and I have to sit outside in the heat. So with that being said,
say no more.
Yeah, so I couldn't really do nothing at this point. So
you were
I was
tired.
just tired. I was exhausted. I don't know why is it doing that. Like,
because the Heat beats
you want to play this game
because the Heat beats you up. That's easy, because when I went to South Bend for the weekend, my wife was working an event, and the Heat kicked both our asses. And it was so bad. It was so bad where we just, there you go. There you go.
Got it together.
Good edit, man. Good edit. There you go.
Yeah, got it together though, but definitely got it together. But before we get into we already got into it. I'm not even gonna get into no intros at this point. We're going to go straight into it with the Stanley Cup final. I gotta give the Edmonton Oilers their due diligence. I have to, because when it comes to the Edmonton Oilers, they was down 3-0.
3-0.
You know what I'm saying? They were down 3-0. I thought this series was finished. I thought the Panthers was going to have it.
Come on, man. We all did. We all thought that it was dunamis. Okay?
And it was crazy. It was crazy. And
you know what got them started?
So many times. So many times about it. And Florida, I thought Florida Panthers was going to let them lose. I thought they was going to lose 4 straight. I'm going to be completely honest with you. The way how they was playing in the last 3 games, and y'all let Connor McDavid had one of his best postseasons of his career.
Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't say no more about the Florida Panthers bouncing back after losing 3 straight. I can't even be mad at the Florida Panthers now, but the way it ended is what got me. Oh my God. That's why I feel so bad for the Edmonton Oilers, because they were like in the corner with 4 seconds left. And
all they had to do was get one. They pulled their goalie. They had the empty net, so they played with 6 attackers. And the Panthers did the correct thing. They put it into the corner, and they were able to hold it the final 20 seconds. I mean, Edmonton could not get the puck loose.
Couldn't get loose to save their life. When I tell you, man, Shout out to the Florida Panthers, man. But Edmonton, y'all, I think is a possibility that both of these teams could be back in the final next season.
You echoed the same thing I said this morning. I wouldn't be surprised if the Oilers and Panthers do it again in the Stanley Cup final.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do it again either. I wouldn't be surprised because this was a hell of a series. I think this is one of the best series in all of sports, in my opinion, because we really don't see teams come down 3-0 and tie the series up 3-2. We don't see that in we don't see it in the WNBA. We don't see it in the NBA. We don't see it in football. Well, they don't have no series in football, which I think that's another story for another time. But yeah, I'm not going to hit that.
You were close to hitting that button, man.
The long, tired ass game, so I get it. But it was definitely an unforgivable inning. Definitely unforgettable. Definitely a great ending to it.
Yeah.
But let's just move forward real quick. I know we got a lot to talk about. But Connor McDavid.
Oh man,
I got a bone to pick with this situation of him winning.
No. Why?
The MVP.
Why?
Because isn't this? Because let me just get an understanding for all you hockey fans out there. Now, when you win this trophy, is it for the finals or is it just a playoff postseason MVP?
It's for the entire. Unlike other postseason or championship game MVPs. The Conn Smythe Trophy, which is the most valuable player, it's for the entire playoff. Big difference. And Connor McDavid was, even though he was on the losing team in Game 7, he was the absolute best the entire playoff because without Connor McDavid, they don't beat Dallas in the Western Conference Final. They don't come back from 3-0 against the Florida Panthers. They don't kick the blink out of Vancouver, right? McDavid is the reason.
Right.
McDavid is the absolute reason the Edmonton Oilers stood 20 seconds away from tying the game and possibly claiming the Stanley Cup. Connor McDavid was the best in the playoffs, and I think the NHL made the right decision in awarding him the Conn Smythe Trophy.
Now, from that there was going on Good Habit. Shout out to Bigo. We are live on Bigo as well. And we're live on Rumble just to let y'all know.
What's going on, everybody?
I have to say this per se because I understand it's the MVP for the whole playoffs, right?
Yes.
Now, I think they should do it like the NBA should do it. You have a conference, you got an Eastern Conference MVP, and then you have a Finals MVP.
Right.
That's how I think hockey should do it. Because I think it's only right. Because even though Connor McDavid had one of the best playoff runs that we saw in sports history, especially being down 3-0 and scoring 42 points overall in these playoffs.
Yeah.
But he lost in the finals. He didn't play well in Game 6 or Game 7. Even though they won Game 6 to force the Game 7, he didn't play well in those last 2 games.
Game 6. I mean, Edmonton had their best off beginning in Game 4, because remember, Edmonton lit up Florida for 8 goals in Game 4 in Edmonton. They scored 18 goals from Games 4 through 6, and McDavid had a hand in what was I told? I think Jody told me 16 of them.
Right.
He had a hand in many of those goals.
I listen, I have no issue with it, but I feel like if you lose, it's like, and you get the MVP trophy, and I'm like you give him the MVP, but he loses the number one thing that you go out and play these sports and do is win a championship.
Well, who could you pick? Given let me play devil's advocate here and ask you this question: who would you pick from Florida, even given the fact that they allowed Edmonton back from 3 games to none? If they had closed out Game 4, I think Sergei Bobrovsky gets the Conn Smythe Trophy because he was the best in the playoffs up until Games 4 through 6. And you got to consider 4 through 6 and how consistent. See, that's the one thing you and I talk about a lot off the air is consistency. If there was a player between these two
Right.
teams that was consistent the entire playoffs, it's Connor McDavid. We got to talk. You got to think about consistency all through the playoffs. And I'll throw this at you. He is the 6th player to ever win the Conn Smythe Trophy from a losing team, which prompts a trivia question. And this trivia question is presented by Dubby. Get your energy from Dubby. Our trivia question today, who was the last player to win the Conn Smythe Trophy from a losing team?
I forgot who the last person was, but I know I know Connor McDavid is the 6th person to do it in NHL history.
Yep, 6th player to do it in history.
I don't remember the last person.
Who was the player before McDavid to win the Conn Smythe Trophy from a losing team? It happens. It's a rarity when it happens that a team from the losing team wins the most valuable player for that playoff. Akeem Olajuwon did it for the University of Houston when they lost to North Carolina State. Jerry West won a Finals MVP for the Lakers, even though they lost their championship series. In the Super Bowl era, I think there was only one time that the most valuable player came from the losing team. And if memory serves me correctly, it was Super Bowl 5, and it was Chuck Howley of the Dallas Cowboys, because Cowboys lost to the Colts 16-13. In Major League Baseball, for all the times I've watched World Series, and that's come since 1980, I don't think there's been a player, as long as I've watched it, and Key got the right answer. Last player to win the Conn Smythe from a losing team was John Sebastian Shiger from Anaheim.
Yeah, since you're not seeing my comments on Facebook, right. I'm actually seeing them on Facebook, Key, just to let you know. I'm actually seeing them on Facebook. I just didn't get to them yet because I was going to let Snowman finish his comments, and then I was going to go to it. I do see your comments on Facebook, though.
Yep, we see them, and salute to you.
Right, salute to Key to be able to make sure y'all subscribe to her channel as well. But I don't know, me personally, as a former athletes as ourselves, right? You have to. I feel like if you win a championship, you get second place. But I feel like with the NHL, he had a hell of a postseason. But I think it should change, because if you're going to put a name behind a trophy, especially you're going to like they do the Bill Russell the Bill Russell NBA Finals MVP, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Or Michael, or the Michael. No, I think Michael Jordan
is Bill Russell. I mistakenly said Michael Jordan. I mistakenly said Michael Jordan for the Finals MVP. It's actually Bill Russell who it's named after.
So
Eastern Conference Finals.
If you have a conference finals for hockey, right? You have because you do have a conference finals for hockey.
Yes.
So for me, it should be a conference MVP and then a Stanley Cup Finals MVP. Yeah. That's just how I think you should do it. Because if you notice, every sport besides hockey, you have your Super Bowl MVP, your Finals MVP, your World Series MVP, and the winner, whoever the player that played well on the winning team gets that MVP. So in that case, I think that's the only thing the NHL needs to change.
But
get a conference champion, a conference MVP, and a Stanley Cup MVP.
But then let's take this past season's playoffs. Who gets the Wales Conference MVP, the Eastern Conference, and the Campbell Conference MVP, the Western Conference? Who do you think claims those if we go with that? From the Panthers and from the Oilers, who claims the conference?
It has to be the best. It has to be the best that was in that conference after they won whoever won the Eastern Conference for the Stanley Cup. Then the best player in that playoff going into the Stanley Cup final should be that Eastern Conference MVP. Same thing for the Western Conference. You have a Western Conference MVP.
Sergei Popovsky and Connor McDavid.
Right.
I'm going with what you say. Bobrovsky should be the Wales Conference MVP, and Connor McDavid the Campbell Conference. I'm using the old names instead of the Eastern and the Western Conference MVPs. But at the same time, if you look at how consistent Connor McDavid was in this Stanley Cup final, and I'm talking about even when they were down 3-0, and Key said a very important thing is that his partner Leon Draisaitl disappeared in that 7th game. They kept him quiet. That Florida defense kept him in the neutral zone for most of the game last night, which is huge because Edmonton loves, let's use a basketball reference. Edmonton loves to run. Edmonton is like the Showtime Lakers. They love to run. Okay?
Right.
Florida is more like the Boston Celtics of old. They want to keep you in a defensive stance most of the game while they figure out their pattern. But I still say that I agree with their choice for McDavid being the Conn Smythe Trophy winner, which is the overall playoffs MVP, because aside of Bobrovsky, McDavid was the most consistent player in the entire playoffs.
Yep. We can agree to disagree. I just feel like you giving an MVP to a player that lost. If 42 points is crazy, don't get me wrong, but it's like giving a participation trophy for not winning the championship. That's just my mindset.
True.
You know what I'm saying? It's not about mindset. It's like giving, okay, it's a participation trophy. You didn't win the championship, but hey, we're gonna give you the MVP. Cool. Which that's not the number one goal. The number one goal is not to win the MVP.
Is win it all.
The number one goal is to win the championship.
And you're right.
Even if it wasn't no other person, this is why you need to break it down for NHL. This is why you need to break it down, because now it ain't no other person. You got a Western Conference champion and you got a Eastern Conference champion. And then whoever's the best that play in the NHL finals should get the finals MVP. That's how it should be. Prime example, Jaylen Brown was the best in the East the whole playoffs, even in the Eastern Conference finals. He dominated. He came into the finals and won both finals MVPs.
Yep. But again, I go back
was
to
the best player in the finals, but that doesn't mean you win the MVP because you're the best player in the finals. You lost.
But at the same time, but think of how these awards go. The most valuable player in the championship round, or in this case, the entire playoff, is the best person. And if you go and look at all the games that Edmonton has played, even Game 7 last night, if there was a man who was the most consistent and the most exciting and did the most for his team to get to the point where they got to, win or lose, it was Connor McDavid. McDavid and Bobrovsky were the two best players in the Stanley Cup final. In the Stanley Cup final, the two best players went at it. And that was Connor McDavid and Sergei Bobrovsky. Because Bobrovsky was leading
the finals MVP over McDavid, because we're going off of, he had a great playoff. He had a great conference finals. Yes, I understand they came back from 3-0, but I'm sorry, as a competitor, I would not accept the award because that's not my goal to be an MVP. My goal is to be a champion.
Yeah.
That's just me.
I'm just looking at it from a consistency standpoint. And I'm not saying that you're wrong on any of your points, nor will I ever say that you're wrong, because the goal is to indeed hoist the Stanley Cup. I'm just saying, think of it from where they're coming from. I wouldn't accept it either, okay? Because you would love to have the Conn Smythe Trophy winner be on the winning team. 6 times it hasn't happened. For the most part, it does, but 6 times now it hasn't happened. And I have another trivia question here. Who's the only player to win the Conn Smythe Trophy 3 times?
Now that I'm still trying to follow hockey as much as I can.
Yeah,
because I really don't know too many people in hockey because I butcher names so badly.
Listen,
so
hang around.
I try not to know.
Never fear, Snowman here. I got you. James Farrell says Gretzky. Wrong answer. Who's the only player to win the Conn Smythe Trophy 3 times? It's only been done once.
Patrick Ray.
Say it again.
Patrick Ray.
Yeah. Well, there it is. Keith said it. Patrick Waugh.
Okay.
Patrick Waugh. I didn't see. I just saw her answer. Say again.
He changed his last name?
No, that's always been his last name.
Okay. But I mean, I'm just wait. Did he win any Stanley Cups though? Did he win any championships? He won 3, and then he won the trophy 3 times.
Yep.
Well deserved. Because he won.
Because he was lights out. He was lights out.
I'm sitting
Patrick
here
Patrick Waugh was lights out, man.
And let me just say this. This is like, and I know I don't want to talk about LeBron, but I'll go a little bit further back, right? Okay. I'm gonna go a little bit further back, right? Yep. Say if I'm trying to think of an old school finals that doesn't have a LeBron in it.
1991. I'll give you that.
No. I was still young in 91. I was born in 86. I was still young. So, I mean, I'm gonna go to any Jordan championships, right?
All right.
Any Michael Jordan championships runs, right? Say if Michael Jordan had the best run in the Eastern Conference and won the Eastern Conference Finals, right? Won the Eastern Conference MVP.
Yeah.
But he stunk it up in the NBA Finals. Just hypothetically, he stunk it up in the NBA Finals, right? And Pippen was the one that had the game-winning shot in the flu game and stuff of that nature. If you think about flipping it, does Jordan still deserve the NBA Finals MVP if Pippen is balling out in the finals?
Well, if he balled out in the clincher, yes. I'm explaining it.
We want to talk about consistency, right?
Yeah.
The whole series, Jordan stunk it up.
But I'm thinking from the consistency of the voter standpoint, and actually what you just presented actually happened. Go back a year to 1996. In the clinching game against Seattle, Michael Jordan was 5 for 22 from the floor. 5 for 22. And he still got finals MVP that year.
This is what I'm saying. Like, but I'm saying it in an aspect that say if Jordan stunk it up the all six games, 7 games they played, and Pippen played his balls out, right? He played out.
Yeah.
And the Bulls lost their finals. You think they still gonna give it to Pippen? Absolutely not. They're not.
No.
Because he lost in the finals. But he balled out the whole series, but they lost. Say if they did lose. But I'm just saying from an example standpoint, like this is where we got to stop with the NHL. I'm sorry, Jordan had a hell of an Eastern Conference. Pippen had a hell of an NBA Finals, and they still lose, and you still give it to Pippen after he lost? No, that's not going to happen. And that's my prime example why they need to change it in the NHL.
Good luck convincing Gary Bettman of that.
Listen, tell him to give me a call. Tell him to give me a call. Tell him to give me a call. But we definitely got to move on, y'all. But thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Darion Hopkins Sports Show and my man Snowman in the morning. Probably most likely every day. Sometimes depending on because I checked the YouTube feed to make sure that his stuff is set up. And yesterday I was like, oh, his shit was not set up. What is going on here? So I text you. I'm like, oh, you able to do the show today? I get up at 2:00. I wasn't gonna get home till about 2:30. So I was just
I was laying in bed in pain. I was in so much pain and exhaustion when I came in from bringing my daughter home from work. I sat in this chair and my head smacked the desk. And that's when Sonia came in here, looked at me and said, Dad, go to bed. I sat right up. I wheeled my ass in the room. I texted my wife and I said, baby, I'm going to pass out for a while. I didn't realize that long while would be 5 o'clock. Because it from being.
I was going to do it at 7:30, but I ended up changing my mind again because I was like, Mandra, I was sitting outside in that heat.
You were
So like
tired.
and no, I was exhausted. I was just exhausted, bro.
I know. Trust me. I know. I did it all
I said,
weekend.
screw that. I said, screw that. I'm not doing it at all. And
I did it all weekend.
I was even going to do the Phillies and the Tigers game last night. I said, screw that.
You weren't gonna last 9 innings. Not from sitting down in the heat.
The most I probably would have lasted was 4. The most I probably would have lasted was 4. I'm not gonna lie.
I had so many games last year that I even tried to do a Giants game at 10:30 couple nights. I got to the 4th inning and I'm snoring. Now you know it's bad for me, and I love baseball. Baseball was the first sport I ever grew up loving. Thank you, Pop, for that. You know it's bad when my wife, who does not like baseball at all, comes into my office and sees me passed out while the Giants are playing. I'm out. Okay, you know how you sitting at your desk and you're working on something, and all of a sudden your head starts drooping like this, and you're like, "Okay, I'm sitting up."
That's exactly what happened to me yesterday because I with a job where my job had me set up at. I'm in the parking lot of a concert venue.
Yes.
So like even if I'm in a booth, I gotta make sure I gotta be outside too because I gotta make sure they have their passes and all of that stuff. So I have to make sure. Like I just can't sit in the booth all day. But I have water, I have food, I had all that with me, and it was all good. But let's move forward and talk about JJ Redick's press conference being announced as the Lakers coach.
Do we have to?
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is not about LeBron James. I'm not going to even bring LeBron James in this. But I don't know if you watched the press conference because he said he don't give a bleep. That means the F-bomb of what any of us from mainstream media or any podcaster have to say about him being an NBA coach. He's going to try to build a championship team around the Los Angeles Lakers. But we all know the realistic expectations that we have for this Lakers team. It's not going to be because of JJ Redick. It's not.
Nope.
So if it has to come down to Rob Pelinka, bring it. I love the backdrop there and cool layout. I'm learning from you, AK. I'm learning from you.
Where'd you get that backdrop from? Because I want to get a couple of them.
I'll tell you in the back end.
Okay.
I will tell you in the back.
Okay.
End.
But JJ Redick
it's not even LeBron running the Lakers.
Let me
Rob
just
Pelinka. You have to go out.
Yep.
And go get players that's better than what the roster is now. Because right now they don't have a roster. They only got 2 players, and that's Anthony Davis and LeBron James. So you got to go see what you're going to do with D'Angelo Russell. What you going to do with Harry Hachimura? I like Hachimura. I think Hachimura is a good role player. Austin Reeves, I think he's still under contract with the Lakers. But I'm not a big fan of Jared Vanderbilt. I think he's a great defensive player, but offensively he sucks. Offensively he sucks. And I think if you're going to try to contend in the contend Lakers, quote unquote, contend in the West, you're going to have to build a roster that's going to compete in the West. It is. In Big Baby Sports, you have to agree because you're a Laker fan. And he one of them realistic Laker fans. The realistic
Listen, I love Big Baby Sports and his post-game shows. And he tells it like it is.
Right.
All right. Listen, you ain't building around Anthony Davis. You're not building around LeBron James. You sure as hell ain't building around Rui Hachimura. The person you need to build around, as strange as this sounds, is Austin Reeves.
You think so?
Yep.
Okay, so
and unfortunately, as much as Laker fans are gonna hate me saying this, JJ Redick is a dead man walking. JJ Redick's a dead man walking.
But this is my thing though, right? Can we really stop blaming coaches for how these players play? Because coaches just sit on the sideline.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It ain't the coach's
do,
fault.
and if the players don't execute, then how can we blame the coach?
It's not the coach's fault.
Right.
It's not the coach's fault. Frank Vogel found that out the hard way. Darvin Ham found that out the hard way. And after half a season, JJ Redick's going to find that out the hard way. Remember, he and LeBron had a podcast, which they stole from Kobe Bryant and called it Mind the Game. But that's another discussion for another time.
Yeah.
They stole detail from Kobe Bryant and turned it into something that, well, sucks. But listen, do I think LeBron James is a coach killer? He's been a coach killer for 22 years. He's been a coach killer for 22 years. Do I have to go down the list?
And JJ Redick did state that he's no longer going to be doing podcasts and knowing that he's the actual coach.
Don't you believe it?
I believe it.
He's going to be so stretched out.
What did I say about JJ Redick? He's a stern ass person. He will definitely tell you how he feels. That's one thing about JJ Redick.
A stern person.
My problem with JJ Redick is, and this might be petty. This might be petty, no man.
Go ahead.
We all know with Darvin Ham, the Lakers had a better deficiency in defense when Darvin Ham was there.
Yes.
Now, when it comes to the Lakers now, which they was ranked 17th in defense last year, you're hiring a coach that was a liability on defense his whole career.
Well, yeah, and this is a former Duke player.
This is the former Duke player that you hired a coach that played in the NBA that was a liability on defense. We all know what he did offensively as a player. We all know he was a great shooter.
Yep.
We all know what type of, depending on the system that he was in. But JJ Redick defensively was a liability. It might be different from him being the X and O's coach on the sideline now, but we know he was trash as a defensive player. We all knew that.
That's obvious. That is
so now it's going to come down to Rob Pelinka. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and I'm watch when I put this in the short. Rob Pelinka, you'll be the reason that JJ Redick will fail as a Lakers coach. JJ Redick won't fall because of the way he does things. It's because of you and this roster and these mediocre players that you keep bringing in here for LeBron James and AD. And they're going to be they're not even going to make it to the play-in until you get better role players around these two. Because Rob Pelinka, what you did last year
sucked.
I mean, the year before when you went to the Western Conference Finals, you did the right things. But now you kept that same core, and every team in the Western Conference got better but the Lakers.
Yeah, the Lakers got worse.
It's on you, Rob Pelinka. It's on you.
Yeah, and they kept giving Rob Pelinka passes. Until now, they have never put Rob Pelinka in the spotlight. Let me change that word. They never put Rob Pelinka under a microscope. Why? 2 words: Genie Bus.
And that's the biggest problem there. But let's move forward. And speaking of this topic, Bobby Productions, I thought the Pistons coach wasn't bad of a coach, but the team didn't execute what he wanted. It wasn't even in that. This is the Detroit Pistons being a bunch of assholes. Monty Williams is a hell of a coach in this league. And you only gave him 1 year to try to turn a freaking franchise that's been losing for the last 25 years.
Since 2004 or
and
5.
You only gave him 1 year. That means right now that if I'm Monty Williams, I'm sitting the hell back because I'm still getting paid from the Detroit Pistons. I'm still getting paid from the Phoenix Suns. So I don't even want a coaching job at this point. Just give me my goddamn check.
Yep. I would fade in the background and not say a word. I wouldn't say a word. I would fade into the background and like, hey, fuck a whole lot of y'all. I'm not saying anything.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Period.
So
I would not.
And we just got a report just to let you know that the Knicks, OG Anunoby is going to opt out and he's going to be a free agent. Just to let y'all know that.
Who's going to pick him up?
OG Anunoby will definitely be a free agent. And we're not gonna talk about it too much. That's just some quick takes that we have for the NBA because we do want to move forward. We don't want to be on here all day long with y'all.
Right.
We don't. It's hot. We want to do other things too.
I want to take a nap. I want to take a nap.
We want to do other things too.
I want to take a nap.
It's just a report that just came out that you know, OG Anunoby's he's opting out and he becomes a free agent. Let's see if the Knicks can re-sign him.
What's up, Cool McCain? Cool McCain's in the house with us.
Oh, say what?
Cool McCain's in the house with us. What's up? What's up,
going on, Con Man?
Con Man is with us as
Con Man, what's going on? Cool McCain, what's up? Personally, I don't like y'all. I love y'all. It's all love, man. It's all love. Ryan McCarthy, thank you for coming over, man. What's up, fellas? Monty Williams should be the biggest and the best vacation ever with the cash getting from the Pistons and the Phoenix Suns.
And the Phoenix Suns. He's getting paid. This is a literal definition of double dipping. This is the literal definition of double dipping because the Suns ruined Monty Williams. He goes to Detroit. Detroit screws him over, and both teams have to pay him. Both teams have to pay him. Right. Good luck.
But let's just move on real quickly. We got some interesting stuff to talk about when it comes to the NFL. So we definitely want to get over the NBA stuff. So quick takes that we got here is that the Minnesota Timberwolves and Chris Finch agreed to a 4-year extension after the best season in franchise history, and that would take them through the 2027 and 28 season. The team announced a couple of days ago. He did deliver them 3 consecutive playoff appearances in the first time in 20 years. And, they went out and got drafted Anthony Edwards and stuff of that nature. But how you feel about this? How you feel about this quick take of, Finch staying until 2028 for the Minnesota Timberwolves?
Good. He's the perfect fit for him. End of story. He's the perfect fit for him. He's the perfect fit for Anthony Edwards. And Minnesota executed a comeback that no one expected them to, from 15 down in Game 7 to the Western Conference Finals. Good. He stays. He deserves his extension. He got his extension. Now build around Anthony Edwards.
Bobby Productions, we're going to get to that NFL topic once we've done these few takes here for the NBA. We're going to get to them NFL topics real quickly. And we just got not another one, but there's another one that got hired as a head coach. Is the Cleveland Cavaliers hired Kenny Atkinson as a head coach, the former assistant head coach for the Golden State Warriors, is now the head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Process been paired with Atkinson down to New Orleans Pelicans. As the associate head coach, James Bergero, sources said Bergero worked out the past season with the new Detroit president, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, Atkinson has become the head coach for the Cleveland Cavaliers. What is your quick thoughts on that?
Good. Now Donovan Mitchell can bite the dust because Donovan Mitchell don't want to play defense. Kenny Atkinson got screwed out of Brooklyn. Kenny Atkinson got absolutely screwed out of Brooklyn because he was going to make the Brooklyn Nets play defense.
Right.
Donovan Mitchell don't want to play defense. Donovan Mitchell's going to get shipped out of there. Unless he learns to play defense and learns very quickly, he's going to get shipped. He's going to get shipped the hell out of there.
He's going to get shipped out of there. But at the same time, I really don't want him to be shipped out. I think I like Donovan Mitchell with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
But you got Kenny Atkinson in there now who preaches defense.
And I think if he buys into what Atkinson's doing, I think his defense efficiency would get better. I think you don't want to keep going to team after team after team. I think you just finish your career with the Cleveland Cavaliers, in my personal opinion.
You should have finished
if he does decide to opt out and now OG Anunoby has left, then it's room for New York to go get Donovan Mitchell, but I just don't see that happening.
I don't see it happening either. I mean, what fit would Donovan Mitchell be with the Knicks?
Especially with Jalen Brunson is probably the number one person.
Jalen Brunson is your captain. Jalen Brunson is your captain. Period. Jalen Brunson is your captain. End of story.
End of story. But I do like Kenny Atkinson as the head coach here for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think this is pretty dope to have him here. And even though Monty Williams was out there, Monty Williams was like, screw this, man. I'm taking a vacation.
Monty Williams said, fuck a whole lot of y'all. I'm out of here.
So
Monty Williams said, fuck a whole lot of y'all. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm gone. See you later, alligator.
And he said, quiet has kept the NBA is growing, but when you pay your top 2 or 3 max dollars, your salary cap hell. That is the problem.
Yep.
That's the problem.
Just
with a lot of teams in the league.
Ask the Los Angeles Fakers. Yep.
So RC said that Donovan Mitchell is mysteriously lazy the way he gets his numbers and also too short to be playing a 2 guard for being a good defender. Please.
Duh.
And Ryan McCarthy said the Knicks will get Donovan Mitchell because the NFL salary cap doesn't exist in the NBA. That's a joke, by the way.
Well, we know that. We know that. That's easy.
And wait, Bob, but who you think should go to the Pacers? Because you know, Pascal Siakam got his money.
Mm-hmm.
He got his money. So you just gave Pascal Siakam the max to stay in Indiana. So I don't know. I don't think Donovan Mitchell going to the Pacers.
And I repeat,
that wouldn't make sense at all. But we're gonna move over to NFL. Then we're gonna take a quick break here over here at the Darion Hopkins Sports Show. Make sure y'all watching on all social media platforms. You see, I have Snowman's multimedia social media platforms, the Twitter and the Instagram on there too. I know he has other social media platforms, but I just try to keep it similar to all of to mine. Yep. So I did that to the best of my ability. But
you've been working, and I love that.
Listen, this is why I can't really go live the way because I've been trying to upgrade as much as possible and see what I can do to upgrade the channel and do things differently. But NFL news, this is going.
Am I going to like this?
We got some quick takes here because we was going to talk about the Paul George and Klay Thompson thing, but
I already answered that. I already answered that question. Who wants Paul George? There, problem solved.
That's the Philadelphia 76ers. Only one team that wants them.
Oh, dear God. That'll make the Sixers a lottery team in 2 seconds.
But it's a few quick takes here that we talk about. We won't get to the actual topics here. Chiefs released defensive lineman Isaiah Buggs after multiple arrests. The Kansas City Chiefs on Monday released the defensive lineman who has been arrested on multiple times in Alabama this offseason. Bug was booked on a domestic violence / burglary charge in Tuscaloosa and in Alabama on June 16th. That came after he was charged with a May 30th of 2 misdemeanor counts of second-degree animal cruelty in Tuscaloosa. 2 dogs allegedly is under care. A pit bull and a Rottweiler mix were found to be neglected and severely hurt. And the pit bull has to be I don't even want to talk about it. But Buzz was only 27 years old, played 2 seasons at the University of Alabama, selected by the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 6th round of the 2019 NFL draft, and played 3 seasons with the Steelers and 2 for the Detroit Lions after joining the Chiefs in January as a practice squad player, and he re-signed him to future contracts in February. I don't get it. Because it's the same thing with the other guy too. What's his name from the Jets that got that What's his name from the Jets that got arrested? Because stay off the weed. Jets released Tay Hayes following the arrest of marijuana possession.
Wait a minute.
Marijuana possession. And this happened in Alabama as well. Both incidents was in Alabama.
I think this is what you're looking for.
Stay off the weed.
I just don't understand it. Like these guys are young. They in Alabama, and Hayes was booked at 3:45 a.m. Sunday and released less than 2 hours later on a $300 bond. The possession charge is a second-degree misdemeanor according to Trinity, Alabama Police Department. In Alabama, marijuana is allowed for medical purposes, but it's not to decriminalize for other uses. The Jets did not comment on Hayes' release on Sunday. The team spokesman and the club is aware of the situation, but declined further comment because of the pending legal matter. But y'all released them. So basically, when it comes to the NFL, right?
Mm-hmm.
You make all this money. You
Yep.
work your ass off
to
get
get
into this to
one
be
of
a
the
professional
premier
athlete.
leagues in the nation, in the world.
Right. And
And
you
then
go here
this
and you
happens.
do this dumb shit because you think you make all this money, you can get away from it.
To wit, my next two words are
You fool!
And I really hope that these two guys get the Ray Rice treatment. These two guys get the Michael Vick treatment. Because
Yep.
if they're able to get released and signed to another team, then what are we doing here?
Not teaching a lesson. That's what.
You're not teaching
They're
a
not
lesson.
teaching a
to
lesson
your
at all.
league. What is the point of these rookie symposiums to help these guys to make sure that you
And they're not going to
don't do this
listen
type of
anyway.
shit?
And they're not going to listen anyway. Oh boy.
Just because you make it to the NFL, that doesn't mean you made it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to remain in the NFL for a long period of time and build you some businesses outside of it. Because when you retire, you can be set.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what happens with us in our own Black community.
True.
We have to be about the glitz and the glimmer. We got to look fly. We got to make sure we look like money and stuff like that. And these two NFL players are young.
Mm-hmm. Just give me a polo shirt and some jeans and I'm good.
Tay Hayes is 26 years old.
And he's about to get booted.
And Bugs is what, 27?
27.
It's ridiculous.
27.
It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to my guy, Tyler De Niro said, I agree, it shouldn't have been in the possession in that state, but I live in Decatur/Huntsville area for a minute, and those cops are asses.
I believe it.
I believe it, but we're not going to sit here and blame the cops for something that was doing illegally.
And for something that was entirely preventable.
Right. Highly preventable.
And for don't blame them for stupidity. I mean, you can blame the cops if there's true racism going on. I've seen it. I lived in Chicago most of my life. But if you are not taking accountability for doing something absolutely stupid, see you later.
Absolutely right, man. It's just sad to see that a lot of our, colored athletes, Black athletes have to go through this. And we've seen it so many times with Ray Rice and Michael Vick and what's the other guy's name? Not Randy Gregory. The guy that went into boxing. He was a defensive end too. I forgot his name. He played for the Dallas Cowboys. He played for the Panthers with Greg Hardy.
Oh, okay.
We seen that. So we seen those type of guys get kicked out the NFL for good.
Mm-hmm.
So now it should be this case with them. It should be a lesson learned. Go to the UFL, go to the CFL, and build your way back up into the NFL.
Yeah, good luck with that. But they're not going to teach that lesson because they feel they can trust them to rise above it, which I say you can't.
But moving forward, I got some interesting stuff that I wanted to talk about, and I know you saw the topics when I sent you this because
oh no, let's have it.
I know it's 5 NFL teams going backwards this offseason. Now I have not looked at this list. I'm looking at it as we speak. But we're doing this right off the fly. Josh Gordon, that's another one too, a Foskey Raider. He had too
See
many.
You later, alligator.
He had mad chances.
Yep. See you later, alligator.
Right. So NFL teams that are failing to rebuild their plans in 2024.
Carolina,
now,
Chicago Bears, Dallas Cowboys,
looking at this. Oh, hold on. So what teams you said so far, Snowman?
Chicago Bears, Carolina Panthers, Dallas Cowboys, Miami Dolphins.
Okay, you out of all of those you said, you got one right.
Which one did I get?
And that was the Carolina Panthers. But I'm not going to tell you where they ranked that in these top 5.
Oh dear.
But the 5 teams that they have on here is the New York Giants, New Orleans Saints, New England Patriots, Denver Broncos, and Carolina Panthers as number 1.
I'm not surprised. They should put the Jets on that list. They should. They should put the damn Jets on that list. Who gives two fifths of a flying half of a fuck about the New York Jets? Come on now. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, week 1 is gonna get the absolute shit kicked out of him. He's going to. If I say it the way I want to say it, then people will take it out of context. But he's going to get demolished. Yeah, he's in Santa Clara. He's going to get, man. Jets have a great D and a Hall of Fame QB. Don't you tell those lies ever again. A great D, my ass. Not when Christian McCaffrey gets a hold of him.
So I mean, the Giants. I think Brian Dable is on the hot seat for the Giants, and I think Robert Slayer is on the hot seat for the Jets. So I do agree with you there. I think the Jets should be on this list. I wish it was a top 10 instead of a top 5. But the fact that my Raiders is not in this list, I'm happy about it. Enough said. Long as my Raiders is not on this list, I'm absolutely fine with it. It's a lot of questions with the Giants.
Hold on a minute.
What?
I will not cuss. I will not cuss. I will not cuss. I will not. Hell with it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Why do you think the Raiders are not on that list?
Wrong. You said the Jets have a great defense and a Hall of Fame quarterback. We all know that Aaron Rodgers. Who the hell told these two?
Who the hell told these two lies? Come on.
That's Rhino for
Wait a minute. If Aaron Rodgers is such a Hall of Fame quarterback, he'd have more than one Super Bowl. All right, let's just be totally real. If Aaron Rodgers was such a Hall of Fame quarterback, he'd have more than the Super Bowl win that he lucked into because the Chicago Bears couldn't knock his ass out in January. And they had 2 shots to do it. They had Week 17 and they had the NFC Championship, and the NFC Championship was in their house, was in Soldier Field. Man, please. Aaron Rodgers got lucky.
The only 2 teams that I could really agree with on this list, just according to this list, is the New York Giants being a team that definitely falling backwards this year, and the Carolina Panthers. No, not the Carolina. No, actually, Carolina Panthers. Actually, it's 3. It's Carolina, New York, and the New England Patriots. And I'm gonna tell you about the New England Patriots, and I'm gonna say why. This team do not put weapons around their quarterbacks,
which is why Nathan Rourke was traded. Which is why Nathan Rourke was stupidly traded.
People want to say that Mac Jones was a terrible quarterback in New England. He had no weapons. You're talking about a Juju Smith-Schuster that had 1 big game in the Super Bowl? What has he done ever since he left Pittsburgh? Not a goddamn thing.
True. They had their quarterback in the future.
New England Patriots team to try to make him the number 1 receiver, and he still shits the bed. But we blaming this on Mac Jones. We blaming it on an organization that put Matt Patricia as an offensive coordinator, and he's a defensive coordinator. But we want to blame Mac Jones. Stop it. And then the Carolina Panthers, I don't even want to get into them because they got a Bryce Young that was really good at Alabama, but he looked like a junior varsity quarterback on the NFL.
I thought I was hard on Bryce Young.
Bryce Young looked like he's 106 pounds soaking wet with pads.
Yeah, and the game he played against Atlanta, he was soaking wet.
People can say Mac Jones. I don't know why Rise and Rhino saying Mac Jones is awful. I'm telling you right now. I don't think he is. He didn't have nothing around. He only had was
have you seen him play?
The running backs.
Have you seen him play? Have you seen Mac Jones? Listen, I'll give you a perfect example of how awful Mac Jones is. And Rising Rhino, you're going to appreciate me for this. There was a game that they played in Germany against my Indianapolis Colts. The Patriot defense balled out and held the Colts to 10 points. 10. Now, granted, some of those came.
Who's the offensive coordinator for Mac Jones?
Who cares?
No, it does care. And Nick, can you name a receiver in that game?
For who? The Patriots or the Colts?
Yes. Can you name a receiver that was in that game that was actually noticeable?
For the Patriots? No.
Yes. My point exactly. When you're my point exactly, because if you look at it, you look at the Patrick Mahomes, you look at the Lamar Jackson, you look at the top quarterbacks in this league, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even Brock Purdy. Just imagine if Brock Purdy was on the.
Now you're gonna make me cuss saying even Brock Purdy.
No.
Now you gonna make me climb through this screen and cuss.
Brock Purdy, but I'm just saying, if Brock Purdy was on that Patriots team, would you be saying Brock Purdy's awful? If he was on the Patriots,
you have a point. I'm messing with you when I said you're gonna make me cuss, but you do have a very valid point. They did not put any good, solid receivers around Mac Jones. But at the same time, when Mac Jones reaches back to throw a pass and it only lands 3 yards beyond the line of scrimmage when you have to run a 10-yard pattern, what the hell can you do?
And that starts with your organization not getting you a line to protect.
Yeah, just ask the Raiders.
Wait. We won't stop right there. We have our offensive line is better than the New England Patriots. I can definitely tell you that.
I can definitely tell you you're a liar.
Our offensive line is definitely better than the New England Patriots. Sorry to say.
No.
I'm sorry. I definitely can say that.
Prove it.
We might be young, but the Patriots got a bunch of old farts. Come on now. They got a bunch of old farts on their offensive line. They even went out and they brought Trent Brown back after we had him, and he didn't play. He didn't play for us because he so-called was always injured. He's doing the same thing in New England.
Right
behind.
You're right.
So yeah, if I'm Mac Jones, I want the hell out of New England too. So I feel bad for Drake.
But Mac Jones wasn't given a choice to get the hell out of New England. They told him hit the road. They told him hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back anymore.
Back up Trevor Lawrence, and you'll be fine, and you'll find you another spot in the NFL. I'll tell you that much. But I'm happy he's out of New England. And we're not going to talk about the Carolina Panthers. Like, even though they got Adam Thielen, they don't have enough to win at this point. You trade some of your best defensive players, and like I said, Bryce Young looked like a pop water quarterback. He does. He looked like a pop water quarterback. I'm sorry. He does.
You're not getting any arguments from me, okay? You won't get you will not get an argument from me, okay? The reason why I'm laughing is the way you said he looks like a Pop Warner quarterback, which he did the latter part of Alabama. All right? 2019 against Auburn. Take a look at that game tape. But he said a Pop Warner.
Yeah, Pop Warner. I'm gonna say, man, let me give you a weight class for the Pop Warner. He plays with like the team that's between the 115s and the 120s. He don't play in an unlimited weight league. He plays between the 115 and the 120s. If you're in Philadelphia, you'll definitely understand what I'm talking about. But he definitely doesn't play in an unlimited weight league. He definitely plays in a weight league. No, we're not talking about Tua. We're talking Tua looks like he's been in the gym. We talk about Bryce Young, a guy that don't get in the gym, and his jersey is bigger than him.
He said his jersey is bigger than him. Wait, no lies to be told, folks, but damn. Wait a minute. You remember that rain soak? You remember that? Wait a minute. Listen, you remember that rain fest between the Falcons and the Panthers down in Carolina, where they were selling tickets for like $5 a piece and people still didn't come out? That 106 is a stretch, and he had the pads on and the uniform on. That 106 pounds you said about Bryce Young is a stretch. Okay.
All I'm gonna say is this with Bryce Young. One quote from one movie.
All right.
See what this thing on. Now everybody should know what that is. Everybody should know the movie of that. I put the name of that movie in the chat right now. Put the name. I can't see what these things on. Yeah. Urine. Yeah.
Oh, my stomach hurts. I can't see with this thing.
I can't see what this thing on. That's exactly what Bryce Young gives as a quarterback in the NFL.
Okay, but who else gives that? Let's have some fun. Who else gives that? That I can't see with this thing on. Who else gives that?
As far as a quarterback or just a player?
Quarterback. I'll answer that. Caleb Williams.
Oh, here we go. Here goes the Caleb Williams team. Here we go. If that's the case, then Bo Nix.
Bo Nix is 6 foot. Bo Nix is 6'6". Big difference.
He still throw more interceptions and touchdowns at the University of Auburn.
Oh, Bobby said a good one. Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray. That's another one.
Kyler Murray is a short motherfucker. That's why he's running around most of the time. He's trying to adjust his helmet so he can see downfield.
Oh my God, that's funny. That's funny. That is hilarious.
Kirk 2 Chainz Cousins.
Primetime games, yes. In primetime games, absolutely.
Kirk 2 Chainz Cousins, and thank you, Ben Sutter, for that nickname. I love you forever for that name. Kirk 2 Chainz Cousins.
Yes. Agreed. 100%.
Give you another
Agreed.
one.
That's
Dak Prescott.
Games. In primetime games, absolutely.
Dak Prescott. There's one.
No, against the game against the Packers, I can't see what this thing going. Throwing pick sixes and stuff. That's definitely Dak Prescott.
Wait a minute. Throwing blindly at that. Throwing blindly. And Noah Savage picks him clean. You know?
Right.
Who else gives the vibe of I can't see with this thing? Oh no. I can't believe I'm gonna do this.
I got one.
Go ahead.
Deshaun Watson.
I have 2 reasons for Deshaun Watson. I have 2 reasons for Deshaun Watson why he can't see with this thing on. 1, he's blinded by the helmet, and 2, he's blinded by a happy ending. I got him.
I'm done. I'm moving on to the next topic. That just did it for me. I'm moving on. I'm
find the lie. And Rhino has a question. Where do I rank Prescott in the top 32 quarterbacks? 34.
Wait,
it'll hit him in a minute. Where do you rank? Rhino asks, where do you rank Prescott in the top 32 quarterbacks? My answer, 34.
See 34. I'm sick of this. I'm so sick of this at this point.
What?
I am sick of this.
What?
I can't.
What? What? You can't what?
If you want to rank Dak Prescott out of 32 QBs, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. He will be number 30.
I already said my answer. 34.
Not because of his stats.
Not
because of his stats.
You ranking Dak Prescott? They want to rank
Bobby Productions because I know. Slow down, Bobby Productions. I know you are a Chiefs fan. I know you will throw Derek Carr in there, but slow down. Derek Carr had better seasons than Dak Prescott, but we're going to talk about that. We're not.
Oh
But
my gosh.
be serious. Number 30. I'm explaining Dak Prescott as number 30 for me.
Okay.
It's not stats, because stats,
Mm-mm.
the numbers don't lie there. So we're gonna put that to rest. The numbers don't lie there. When it comes to big moments, and when it comes to playoffs, he chokes.
Playoffs? What am I? Playoffs?
He
You
chokes.
kidding me? Playoffs?
I put Dak at 30. Let's just be real. Dak
Dak sucks.
Dak is a top 10 quarterback stats wise.
But he's got no balls.
It's not even that he don't got no balls. Is that like you have some of the best? You have one of the best receivers in the league in CD Lamb. You have all the weapons in the world in Dallas offense. And the way you get embarrassed in your home turf,
in your own park,
and you keep losing playoff after playoff after playoff. Why do I put you in my top 20 when you can't win in the playoffs?
This is his 9th year in the league. Okay? This is his 9th year in the league. And he has 2 playoff wins in 9 years. 2. Let me repeat my sentence. This is going to be his 9th year in the league, and he has a grand spanking total of 2 playoff wins.
Okay, so for anybody that's in the chat right now, for anybody that's in the chat, is Dak better than Kirk Cousins?
They're the same as far as I'm concerned.
Is Dak better than Trevor Lawrence?
No.
Is Dak better than Joe Burrow?
No.
He's not better. Dak is not even better than Brock Purdy. He's not Dak Prescott.
Purdy.
He's not even better than Lamar Jackson. And what was that, 5 I just named? Do I need to keep going? Dak Prescott is not even better than Jared Goff. Let's be real.
And Jared Goff made the NFC.
But the Jared Goff of the Detroit Lions is better.
And Jared Goff actually.
Wait. Trevor said he didn't do anything. You must have got the 27-0 playoff game against the Chargers. That he came back and beat the Chargers. Something that Dakota Prescott could not do. Please.
We haven't even mentioned Patrick Mahomes.
What's the point?
Thank you.
We're not going to mention Patrick Mahomes because Patrick Mahomes is. This is Patrick Mahomes and this is Dak Prescott. Like, let's be real. It's no comparison.
Do that again. Do that again. This is Patrick Mahomes. This is Dak Prescott. Wait, out of the screen. Patrick Mahomes is right here. He's right at the top of the screen. Dak Prescott not even in the screen.
All right, like let's be real here. We have it's just so many names that I could go through that gives a reason.
Yeah. Same.
Only thing I can say I was gonna say one thing, he's not better than either quarter. He's better than the 2 quarterbacks that me and the Raiders got on the roster. But you know what the difference is? The last time the Raiders beat the Dakota Prescott Cowboys was Thanksgiving in their hometown. With Derek Carr. So please,
and that was the overtime special.
Because he is.
And that was the overtime special. That was the overtime Thanksgiving special.
Jalen Hurts better. Like, do I have to keep going?
No.
Do I have to keep going?
No.
He wants me to keep going. He wants me to keep going.
He wants you to keep going? Oh, gosh. You know what? Nathan Rourke is going to listen to my prediction.
At least Gino won a playoff game with Seattle. Let's talk about it. Jordan Love. Let's talk about it. Russell Wilson, even though Russell Wilson,
even a broken down Russell Wilson won a playoff game. Listen,
come on.
Listen, I'll say it plainly. All right, and it's pretty simple. Dak Prescott is in his 9th season, and he has 2 playoff wins. Meanwhile, Brock Purdy, who was thrust into action due to an injury, has 2 playoff wins in back-to-back years.
As Mr. Irrelevant at that.
As exactly. As Mr. Irrelevant, he kicked the hell out of Seattle and he beat Dak Prescott at his own game. And George Kittle made one hell of a catch, and Christian McCaffrey paid off the drive with a touchdown because the Cowboys were supposed to be built to run, and yet on that clinching drive for San Francisco, when they got the lead, they held the ball for 9.5 minutes.
I'm sorry. It's just it's I'm entitled to my opinion. I just think I'm tired of Dak Prescott. Honestly, me personally, Dak Prescott would be better off on another team than being with the Dallas Cowboys. Sorry to say.
I believe that too.
Josh Allen is better than Dak Prescott, and I'm not even. I like Josh Allen.
Yep.
Like
Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson. They're all better than Dak Trash Scott.
Justin Herbert. Hello.
And Herbert was injured the second half of the year. Justin Herbert actually has something Dak Prescott does not. Skills. An arm. A brain when he's not planted on his ass.
Of course, CBS is going to rank him 8th in the power rankings.
Well, that's CBS.
Why? Because of stats.
Yeah.
Because of stats.
And it's stupid.
But when it comes down to winning a Super Bowl or winning in the playoffs, he doesn't do nothing. So that makes him a top 10 quarterback. I can name 10 quarterbacks that's better than Dak Prescott right now.
Same.
He doesn't come close to my top 10. He doesn't come close. If I wanted to put Dak in the top 20, if I really wanted to, I would put him at 20.
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted to be that generous.
And you would be generous. You would absolutely be generous.
Thank you, Gyrator.
Mm-hmm.
If
you showed that playoff stats, he would be 30th. Hell, I said 30. I said 34, and I'm being totally nice.
Right.
I'm being totally nice.
20 is being nice. 25 is being nice.
Mm-hmm.
But if we had to go top 20 quarterbacks, Dak would be at number 20. He's definitely not a top 10 quarterback. If you want to put him up there just for regular season stats, cool. I agree with you there.
I'll take a broken Gardner. Listen, you know how bad this is? I wouldn't do this if they actually played against each other, but I'll trust a broken Gardner Minshew to make better decisions in a big game than Dak Prescott.
But look at all those names you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Geno Smith won a playoff game. Mm-hmm. Baker Mayfield won a playoff game.
A playoff game.
You're going to put Bo Nix and Bryce Young in there after they're already rookies. Daniel Jones, we all know Daniel Jones do not live up to the hype. He's overpaid. We know that.
But at least Daniel Jones does have a playoff win.
You put Brissett on there. With Brissett we all know that he's really a backup quarterback in this league.
Yep. And you know the advantage that Daniel Jones has over Prescott. Daniel Jones beat Kirk 2 Chainz Cousins when it counted in January.
Like CJ, I didn't see you put CJ Stroud up there.
I love CJ Stroud.
I love CJ Stroud up there.
Mm-hmm. Listen, Rising Rhino. I hate to look, Rising Rhino. Let me tell you all this once and for all. Dak Prescott has played 9 years in the league and has 2 playoff wins. Brock Purdy has played 2.5 full seasons and has 4.
It is what it is, man.
Yeah.
It is what it is, because
I think we're due for.
that just got me boiling. Oh, you see my face right now? I'm like red
Yeah.
right now. Like,
That's like somebody saying.
when it comes to Dak Prescott's talks, I can't wait. I can't wait to put this segment out. I can't wait.
Me neither.
I can't wait. But
I love
speaking of
CJ
dark
Stroud
horses,
and what they're doing in Houston.
so we have a few dark horses here that we have.
All right.
8 dark horse NFL candidates in 2024.
Mhm.
Now, in each of the NFL seasons, we're not, fully with the odd twist, but freak injuries and some of those stories, could probably make a pretty safe forecast for, candidates for most valuable player each year.
Yeah.
We all know
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
In fact, despite all the variables that you can still make a pretty safe forecast on this. Top quarterbacks in the league, always the front runners, Patrick Mahomes, who won in 22 in 2018. Lamar Jackson, the defending MVP, probably top of any list for years to come. Even though Dak Prescott did finish second to Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen, who was only first place MVP votes, did not go to Jackson, but also one of the favorites. Even Brock Purdy was up there as well.
Mm-hmm.
But every season, we also present a compelling case for dark horses. And I do this every year as well. So, some consideration that, in a few weeks' time, training camp is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
The last one that won MVP was a running back, Adrian Peterson. All the way back to 2012. And even before Peterson, there was a non-quarterback that won. It was LaDainian Tomlinson back in 2006.
Mm-hmm.
So, has the era of non-quarterback MVP has passed forever? Let's talk about it. So these are, according to NFL.com, these are the 8 players that is dark horse to win MVP. You got Jared Goff of the Detroit Lions, Tyreek Hill of the Miami Dolphins, Christian McCaffrey. It is not in no order either. This is not in no order.
Right.
On this list, Kyler Murray, Micah Parsons, CJ Stroud, Tua Tagovailoa, and they have a bonus pick of Jordan Love. Now, some of these I do agree with, some of these I do disagree with.
Yeah, Kyler Murray is one I disagree with.
For Jared Goff, I definitely agree with.
Mm-hmm.
I think he gets better and better, especially with that NFC North.
Yep.
And that Detroit Lions team is not, they didn't really lose anybody in the offseason.
No.
So I kind of like Jared Goff. Now, Tyreek Hill, that's another one that I can agree with too. Tyreek Hill just put up numbers. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
See if Anthony Brown filed for bankruptcy. I don't care for Antonio Brown as a Raiders fan. FAB. That's what it is. Sorry.
Yeah, that's Antonio Brown.
Chris Sims. Hold up. Wait. Time out. You said Chris Sims have Dak at 8. What the hell Chris Sims does in the NFL as a quarterback? I'll wait.
Hell, his father said
a quarterback that sat on the bench 90% of his career is saying Dak is number 8. I rest my case. But Tyreek Hill, I definitely agree with that.
Now I'm gonna go fishing.
Christian McCaffrey is definitely I don't think he should be a dark horse, but I understand why he is a dark horse because he's not a quarterback.
Right. Oh God.
Kyler Murray, I disagree with. Kyler Murray, I disagree with. Even though you did get Marvin Harrison Jr., as your number 1 receiver, but I still think there's a lot of holes for Kyler Murray.
Are they going to use him?
Say what?
Oh, Chris Sims has pissed me off. Oh Lord! Now you got me fishing.
Let me tell you something. Pro Football Focus is not legit.
I'm looking at Chris Sims's top 40 quarterback countdown.
Pro Football Focus stats is way off. Their stats be way off. Trust and believe.
Why is Dak Prescott ranked ahead of Jalen Hurts and Jared Goff?
Like what?
But
we're talking about a Chris Sims that did nothing in the NFL. That did nothing in the NFL.
Nothing.
That's put his top 40 quarterbacks list out.
Guess who he has at 17?
Who?
Take a guess. Why do you think my face looks like this? Guess who
No,
he
no,
has?
no. I'm gonna tell you why they're not legit. I'm gonna tell you why they're not legit because their numbers are Pro Football Focus. I used to work for Pro Football Focus in the analyst back. Me and another guy that used to be on the Darion Hopkins Sports Show last year. Their
Right.
numbers are so inaccurate.
And inflated.
They're very inflated.
Mhm.
Like we worked for them for free last year. We did classes. And their numbers were so off compared to ESPN and to NFL.com. They were way off.
They were inflated badly. They have Aaron Rodgers ahead. You know what? Okay.
Yeah, let's just keep it on the dark. Let's keep it on the dark horse MVPs. Let's just keep.
Let's
rolling
stay
with
there.
that.
Let's stay there.
Yeah,
Let's stay
Jared Goff,
there. Mhm.
Tyreek Hill agree.
Yep.
I think we both agree on that, right?
Yes.
Christian McCaffrey, we both agree on that.
Yes.
Kyler Murray, we both disagree on that.
Mhm.
Even though I don't like the Cowboys, but Michael Parsons, I agree with.
Parsons, I do agree with. Yes.
Parsons, I do agree with a dark horse. CJ Stroud, I think is a little bit too premature, but I understand why.
Mm-hmm.
Tua Tagovailoa, I kind of disagree with this one.
Why do you have Tua on that list? A
As
dark
a
horse.
dark horse, even though that he did have 4,624 yards and tied with fifth in touchdowns with 29.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could put him as a dark horse. He has a completion percentage of 69.3.
Mm-hmm.
This defense really couldn't do nothing for him. The defense sucked. The defense sucked for Miami.
You have no argument from me. And we get to go in there and
absolutely sucked.
And my team gets to go in there and pound their asses late in the season. I can't wait.
And the bonus pick that I think Jordan Love is true premature as well.
Yeah.
I love what he did in the playoffs. I understand they went out and got Josh Jacobs from our Las Vegas Raiders. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. But I'm Jordan Love. He started getting better towards the second half of the year. If he could do this all year,
yeah. Because they're putting that ranking on Jordan Love off of the second half of the year.
Yeah, they put it off of that, and you know what?
Off the second half of the year.
I have no issue with that though. But at the same time, I need him to do it a full year because I know it was his first year starting all 17 games as a Packer, and he struggled in the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But he definitely would be a quarterback that's on the rise. Even though I'm not a Green Bay Packer fan, I don't care for Jordan Love, but I give respect which respect is due. He did improve going into the half of the year.
Absolutely.
Almost, no offense to your 49ers, but he almost took the Packers back to the Super Bowl.
He did. You have no argument from me. You have absolutely no argument from me.
Oh, it's gonna be YouTube gold. It's gonna be YouTube gold rather around him because I'm gonna clip that.
Imagine if I'm
gonna put that on the channel. I'm going to clip that.
What are you clipping?
The Dak Prescott, me ranking him number 30, because I don't rank it, like I said again, I don't rank him number 30 because of stats. Mm-hmm. It's not because of stats.
Right.
It's because of win or losses in the postseason is why.
Mm-hmm. No argument from me.
But you know what,
I rank him 34.
I'm gonna say this. If I'm gonna push him up 10 slots, I give him number 20. I'll push him up 10 slots.
I'm not.
I'll push him up 10 slots.
I'm
because
not.
Of the names that you put, because the names of Rising Rhino put in there. Like he put the Bo Nix, the Bryce Youngs. But when it comes to like, let me see where that list is at again. Let me scroll back up before we go into the next topic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm not putting Dak Prescott. I mean, okay, so JJ, I don't know why you put JJ McCarthy in there. He hasn't proved shit yet in the NFL.
JJ McCarthy. What the hell is he doing?
He has McCarthy in there.
Why?
I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. McCarthy has not proven a damn thing yet. And then you have Derek Carr, Brissett, Daniels, Gardner Minshew, Bo Nix, Bryce Young, and Daniel Jones. So you can't put Bo Nix in there. You can't put JJ McCarthy in there. And you can't put Jayden Daniels in there because they have not took a snap yet.
Right.
So you can't put them in there. Watson, you probably could put Watson. You probably could put Dak over Deshaun Watson right now because the way Deshaun Watson has played.
No
but
comment.
when you want to go about Geno Smith, you want to go about Baker Mayfield, or even Derek Carr. I cannot put Dak Prescott over those three.
Nor can I.
I can't. Minshew, you probably can. Minshew is a number 2 quarterback. But I think
always is a number 2 quarterback.
Yeah, Minshew's the number 2 quarterback in the league. But I know my Raiders went and got him, knowing that we still got Aiden O'Connell, that's still a young quarterback. So I get it. I get it. John Rader said predictions. I have Jordan Love winning his division.
No.
Over the Detroit Lions?
The Lions will rule that division forever, or they'll rule it for the next couple of years. So
let's just move on here.
Yes,
and let's
please.
talk about some exciting thing right now in the WNBA. And I'm gonna go straight forward to this, bro.
Go
straight
for
forward.
Go for
I'm
it.
sorry. Who is your rookie of the year?
Split it.
Angel Reese?
Split
or
it.
Caitlin Clark?
Split it.
You can't split it though. You gotta.
Why the hell not?
You can't split it.
Well, that's the first time for everything. Split it.
You really think
they both have made a very significant impact on their teams and on the season? And the way these two played this past Sunday in a thriller in Chicago, do not be surprised if the fourth and final game between these two has 2 changes. One, if they don't play, don't be surprised if they play it at the United Center. And 2, do not be surprised if a playoff berth hangs in the balance. Split it. They've had the most equal amount of impact, the most amount of impact equally for both their teams and for the WNBA community. That's why I say split it. There's a first time for everything.
So you have Caitlin Clark averaging 16.3 points a game, 4 rebounds, almost 4.5 rebounds a game, 6 assists and 1.5 steals for Caitlin Clark. And for Angel Reese, in which Angel Reese has 8 double-doubles in a row. 8 straight double-doubles in his regular season, which is the most.
And she's gonna bust the all-time record of 12 on the season, which is held by Candace Parker. That record's gonna go down.
And then you have Angel Reese averaging a double-double a game, even though she's gonna score more points.
Right.
It's only 13. It's only 13.5, so it's not really a drop off of an average. 13.5 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1.5 steals.
Yeah.
But they're both fighting for playoff contention.
And that's why I say that's one of the biggest reasons why I say you split the award.
I feel like whatever team makes it to the playoffs wins the rookie of the year.
What if they both do?
Now, if
that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. If they both make the playoffs, split it.
Because as of right now,
split it anyway.
As of right now, looking on ESPN, they say they have Indiana's out.
Not for long.
I have Indiana
getting in.
I think both of them get in, but it really depends on what happens with Atlanta. If Atlanta and Chicago, they're both 6-9 as of right now, and Indiana is 7-11. So Indiana has played more games than the Chicago Sky. And that's why Chicago is in that right now, because they both have losing records.
Yeah.
So right now the Atlanta Dream is 6-9, Chicago Sky is 6-9. Then you have Indiana at 7-11.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing that gives Indiana the advantage. 2 weeks ago, they kicked Atlanta's ass. So they got
to play them again too, though.
They got to play him. They have to play him again, but they do hold the season series advantage. That's what gives Indiana the advantage over Atlanta. And remember, Indiana can put it together. I have them getting in.
I think Chicago and Indiana gets in. I think if Atlanta keeps dropping,
I want them both to get in.
I would see Bobby. I kind of disagree with you there, saying that Caitlin Clark is the bigger name. I disagree with that. I think Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark are the faces of the new generation.
Faces.
They're the faces of the when it comes to, they're not the faces of the W, but they are faces of this rookie class. Even though that Angel Reese was drafted number 7, almost out of the top 10, and she's doing better than most of the people that was drafted top 5,
right,
or top 6. I'm listening. I could make a case for Rakia Jackson. I could make a case for a dark horse.
Right.
It's just that the Sparks is just a bad team right now.
And they lost their captain.
Right. They lost Cameron Brink
to a horrible
Cameron
injury.
Brink was able to stay the rest of the year. That might be another dark horse that we could be talking about for Rookie of the Year. But if I had to pick one, that's tough because I don't want to take nothing away from Caitlin Clark and I don't want to take nothing away from Angel Reese.
Right.
I really don't. Like, people call me a Caitlin Clark hater. I'm not a Caitlin Clark hater. I'm not. I just feel like, stop making it a race card between black and white. Which
is all they're trying to do.
Stop making it to where Caitlin Clark is the queen of the WNBA. Stop making it that Caitlin Clark it's just Caitlin Clark and then it's everybody else. No. This is a collective as the W. The viewership got better with Caitlin Clark, yes. But it damn sure Angel Reese was part of that too.
Yeah.
And people want to talk about a rivalry. This is a rivalry not just between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Did y'all not see the battle between Kennedy Carter and Kelsey Mitchell in that matchup?
Back and forth.
Camilla Cardoso and Aaliyah Boston, 2 South Carolina Gamecocks going against each other?
Camilla Cardoso and Aaliyah Boston were going at it. They were going at it.
It's matchups across the board between those two teams that make the WNBA so freaking exciting right now.
And I'm here for all of it.
I wouldn't say Caitlin Clark is kind of overrated. I wouldn't say that. It's an adjustment to playing from college basketball going into the WNBA. If that's the case, 90% of the rookies that get drafted in the NBA are overrated, if that's the case. Last thoughts before you head out. You said split. I would just put I don't know with a question mark. I can't pick
that works.
I can't pick one right now. They're both playing at the highest level as they can as rookies right now.
And they're both playing fabulous right now. They are the headliners. Even though Clark was chosen 1 and Angel Reese was chosen 7, they are the headliners. And Caitlin Clark,
even if y'all want to call it a Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese rivalry, if you look at the game on Sunday, it was more of Nalissa Smith and Angel Reese.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
It was more Nalissa Smith because Chicago relied on Angel Reese in the post, which is what they rightfully should do. And then Indiana just had no answer. Big difference. They had no answer.
And the fact that even though going into that fourth quarter, like at the end of the third, going into that fourth, Angel Reese was getting the momentum.
Yes.
She put that team on her back. She made sure that she was not going to go down 3-0 in the regular season to Caitlin Clark in the Indiana Fever. She made sure of that.
They rode Angel Reese until the buzzer sounded. Smart move.
They're both talented. They're both great at what they do at their position. But it's just really hard for me to pick one right now.
Same here.
It's really hard for me to pick one. And whoever gets it, I'm happy for them.
Same.
So let's just move forward with this real quickly. And we do have a replacement in Darica Hamby of the LA Sparks is going to replace Cameron Brink in the 3-on-3 Olympic tournament team. Now, Darica Hamby, she's been through a lot, especially with that whole debacle with the Las Vegas Aces.
Yes.
She's been through a lot. And she came to the LA Sparks averaging almost 18 points a game, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1.5 steals. Can't be mad at it. She's 6'3", 189 pounds. She's tall, she's athletic.
And
I think
move.
Ryan Howard is going to stay on the 3-on-3 team, but because of her high ankle sprain, I think she's going to still be on the 3-on-3 team. But Darica Hamby is definitely a good addition to this 3-on-3 team now.
Yeah.
Knowing that Cameron Brink is out for the rest of the year. Quick thoughts on that.
They picked a replacement, and that was the right move. I mean, I love seeing Cameron Brink and what she can do, but unfortunately, out with a torn ACL, they had to make a replacement, and they made the right one.
There you have it, guys. There you have it. So now I'm waiting on Mr. Snowman himself to get his audio sound bites together, because we about to talk about and I'm gonna be really quick with this one. I'm gonna be really, really quick with this.
I'm ready whenever you are.
I gotta get his sound bites together because it's a little bit of MLB news that we want to talk about. And I know that you probably want to ranking the 10 disasters of 2024 MLB season after the first 3 months. And these are 10 teams that they had. And we're going to go from 10 to 1. You ready for this?
Okay. I'm ready.
So the number 10, you got the Houston Astros at number 10 as one of the disasters.
That won't stay that way.
You have the Toronto Blue Jays.
You fool!
Toronto Blue Jays. You got, it says pennant winners. So the pennant winners at number 8, like the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Texas Rangers, are both struggling. Let's see who else they got on here. So the pennant winners is the Diamondbacks and the Texas Rangers. They got that at number 8. Number 7 is the Miami Marlins.
Excuse me, bitch.
So they got one person on here, and that's Brian Bello of the Boston Red Sox.
Stop the cap.
You fool!
They got another individual on here, and that's Corbin Carroll of the Arizona Diamondbacks at number 5.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Number 4, Chris Bryant of the Colorado Rockies.
No!
From the Detroit Tigers, you got Spencer Torkelson from the Detroit Tigers. Number 2, Blaine Snell of the San Francisco Giants. And I think you should know this one at number 1 when it comes to disasters.
Yep.
The number 1 biggest disaster in the last 3 months of this MLB season is the Chicago White Sox.
That's terrible.
That's all I can stand, cause I
Quick
can't
thoughts on that.
stand no more.
You heard me.
That's all I can stand, cause I can't stand no more.
Hey,
So
it has been said. It has been said best about my team.
The truth shall make you free.
It's
Why? I'm almost done.
it's hey,
The truth shall make you
Before you pick up the boys.
it's not even.
This you gotta see to believe.
And what's bad, I thought.
They're not trying to come here to fit in. They're coming to take over.
Boy, was that dumb. I mean, they made me go. And like I said, before we get out of here, listen, the way the White Sox are playing right now, I leave y'all with two things. One,
You know what? That makes me mad.
and the second one,
That's all I can stand, cause I can't stand no more.
oh, bonus.
We were supposed to go to commercial, but I'm happy that we went straight through. The sound bites tell it all, Snowman. Now sound bites definitely tell it all. But
Hey,
we're gonna go to the predictions tonight of tonight's games of MLB, which we have the Cleveland Guardians and the Baltimore Orioles at 6:35. Who you taking?
Orioles by 20.
Philadelphia Phillies and Detroit Tigers.
Philadelphia Phillies by 400.
Seattle Mariners and the Tampa Bay Rays.
Go Rays.
All right, so we got the Subway Series between the Yankees and the Mets. Who we taking?
I'll pass. Next.
Oh, come on. You talking about you passed?
The truth.
Oh, that's some bull crap, man. Come on now. Come on now. Stop that.
I'll be asleep. Next.
Pirates and Reds.
Go Pirates.
Blue Jays and Red Sox.
Pass. Pass.
Braves and Cardinals.
Pass again.
Snowman.
What? What?
Snowman.
What?
You're killing me, Smalls.
No.
That's terrible.
Oh my God. Colorado Rockies and the Houston Astros.
Houston Astros by 500. They'll get back in the race.
Dodgers and White Sox.
Do you have to ask? Next.
Nope. Marlins and the Royals.
Actually, there.
Texas Rangers and the Milwaukee Brewers. Yeah, I can't.
Next.
I can't. Oakland A's and the Angels.
Really?
Say
Really?
that again?
Really?
Yeah, the A's and the Angels.
Next.
Minnesota and Arizona.
Give me this.
I think I just broke my chair.
I'm moving on. Washington. I'm moving on. Washington Nationals and the San Diego Padres.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore.
This guy. This is why I have him on the show, y'all. This is exactly why I have this man on the show. This is why. This is absolutely why I have this man on the show. I don't understand it. I don't understand it, but hey, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And the Chicago Cubs and the San Francisco Giants.
Go Giants. Beat the hell out of the Cubs and send them into submission. Please. Just tell the Cubs.
Bitch.
The Nationals and the Padres is at 9:40 on ESPN Plus. Bobby Bobby
chair. I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore.
And with some of the earlier games, I say to you,
I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
there were some dog games tonight. A's and Angels?
Yeah.
There's some
A's
dog games tonight. Look, tonight's my anniversary. When my wife comes in, I'm cooking dinner, I'm shutting everything down, and then I'm going to bed. Fuck all y'all, okay? My wife comes through this door, everything shuts down. I'm turning this off. I'm turning off the phone. I'm hopping in this kitchen. I'm cooking some dinner for my honey and me so we can celebrate our 5th wedding anniversary. But Snowman, there's baseball on. Fuck all y'all. Jody takes priority. Anyone tries to contact me, I'm just going to say to him,
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
and walk off. Because as soon as my honey comes in here,
It's bacon!
and I'm digging through the freezer, okay? I'm digging through the.
So there you
Wait a
have
minute.
it, guys. Another epic episode of the Darion Hopkins Sports Show.
One more.
We'll
One
be back
more.
same time
With some of those
tomorrow.
wait a minute. One more. With some of those dog games that you presented to me earlier tonight.
Oh God. It's getting on my nerves, but my mom watches it. Oh my God.
By the way, as far as your Raiders go, they'll say this all year.
I didn't come for the massage, Funk. I came for the facial.
He's gonna beat me up for that one. Well,
There's only,
that'll wrap
there's
this
only
show up,
Niner
folks.
fans. There's only Niner fans that deal with that.
Excuse me?
There's only Weiner fans that would do that. Not
Yeah.
all Niner fans. Some Weiner fans would try to just troll the Raiders. We're not worried about the Niners. We're
Yeah.
not.
Considering the fact that Christian McCaffrey ran all over your asses.
You still try to pull this narrative like, oh my God,
You
like,
gave me the
no, it
joke.
happened.
Listen, you gave me the
happened.
joke the first time I was on this program when you talked about the cover and you said, why does it have to be the Raiders? You gave me, listen, you gave me that running joke the first time I was in here. You gave me that running joke.
All I'm gonna say, just watch for the Madden curse. So hypothetically, just hoping that everything's fine, hoping that everything is good. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
considering the Niners are going to say,
I'm the juggernaut, bitch!
to everybody, I'm good. Got him.
And that is your episode of the Darion Hopkins Sports Show. We're absolutely done here. I swear, working with him. Oh my God! I thought I was bad when I said I can't see what this thing on. No, that was just worse. That was just worse. But make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all subscribe to both of our channels, man. Snowman Multimedia, Darion Hopkins Sports Show. Make sure y'all go check it out. Follow us on all social medias. You see our social medias at the bottom here. So make sure y'all follow us there. Make sure y'all subscribe to both of our channels as well. Make sure you go to SeatGeek.com. Y'all see that at the bottom. Promo code DHopkins. Same thing for W Energy. 10% at checkout. Promo code DHopkins. And, you know, he has his Cash App. I'm surprised he didn't put in the link in the chat. And, you know, make sure you go to my Cash App as well at DHopkinsShow. Show. And send us stars on Facebook. Send us a fan funding on the YouTube channel. We really do appreciate it. And make sure y'all hear the audio version of this on Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well. We definitely love to hear your reviews on the podcast. So we really, really do appreciate it. So thank y'all for tuning in, man. And Snowman, anything else we need to do?
And here we go.
Actually,
Kill the rabbit, kill the rabbit, kill the rabbit.
song, everybody.
So long, everybody. We see y'all tomorrow, same time, same place, man.
See you tomorrow,
Hopkins Sports
folks.
Show. We all that's all, folks. But you know, we out here. We out here. See, he gonna get me started. Let me just move on.
Yeah,
See y'all tomorrow,
that's
same
all,
time,
folks.
Same time, same place. We out of here, y'all. Peace, love, and blessings. And I'll see y'all. I'll see y'all later on tonight for the Commissioner's Cup. I'll be watching that Commissioner's Cup Championship, Lynx and Liberty. I'll be doing that game tonight at 8:00 Eastern Standard Time. But we out of here, y'all. Peace, love, and blessings. And I'll see y'all in another time. Peace out.
Listen up, sports fans. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back for our 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite sports, including NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. We've also got hundreds of new casino games, including the coolest new European slots, and our live dealers are waiting for you at the table. Sign up at BetUS.com today to get into the action. BetUS, where the game begins.
This episode of the Darion Hopkins Sports Show is sponsored by SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the #1 platform to browse, discover, and experience best events in town, all in the palm of your hand. From heart-pounding concerts that can make you dance to nail-biting sports games that can keep you on the edge of your seat, SeatGeek has it all. From exclusive deals and personalized recommendations tailored just for you. Use the promo code DHopkins and get $20 off your first purchase. So join the movement. SeatGeek. Get up, get out, and get tickets. Are you ready to take your energy to the next level? W Energy is a proud sponsor of the Darion Hopkins Sports Show, your go-to source for all things sports. W Energy isn't just another drink. It's packed with natural ingredients, zero sugar, and no fillers. Whether you're training like me, grinding through work, or just leveling up on your favorite game, W got you covered. The Darion Hopkins Sports Show is powered by W Energy, and you can be too. Experience the sustained energy and enhanced focus to keep me at the top of my game. Here's an exclusive offer for the Darion Hopkins Sports Show fans. Using promo code DHopkins at checkout and get 10% off your first purchase. So don't wait. Boost your energy and take the world today. W Energy. Fuel your greatness every step of the way.